welcome to some kind of Fox content. Now you might be confused because you're thinking, well, it's a Tuesday, don't you upload Monday, Wednesday and Friday? Well, yes, that's true, that's the normal upload schedule, but today is a very special day because, well, first of all, I'm actually gonna introduce Rela, who's here with me today because this is a Danganronpa episode. Hello, Rela.
I'm here for this very special day.
Yeah, and why is it a special day, you ask? Well, on this day, 1 year ago, we uploaded the first episode of Danganronpa 2. How insane is that?
We did it! 1 year achieved. So welcome to the Danganerversary episode.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
How are you feeling after 1 year of Danganronpa? What a year it's been.
Yeah, a lot has happened. It's a very it's a game where a lot happens and also sometimes nothing happens.
Yeah. We were talking about, like, that's why we are uploading today, is that we wanted to do something special for the thing we have dubbed Danganerversary. And you came up with the idea of doing a rating list.
Yes. So we're doing a tier list. We're ranking the good boys and girls.
Maybe we should say at the point of time, because we don't want to do any spoilers. We don't want to be like, oh, well, the death of this person was like, whoa. And then it hasn't gone up on the channel yet. I think by the time that this comes out, hang on, I just have to check. I think the last episode that will be aired before this one goes up is episode number... What are we on? Let me see here. 4...
Yeah, so we have actually recorded a bunch of more episodes in advance to put out. So we know more than is on the channel yet. So that's why Phoenix is looking around notes. Yeah,
the last episode that will go up on air before Danganerversary is episode number 55, which is the first episode after the last trial of where, you have seen it by now, where Gunham was convicted as the murderer. The one where I cried in, because that was sad.
It was sad. It was a sad time.
So we are only gonna be rating based up until episode 50. What did I say? 55? Yeah, 55.
Yeah.
So that's the premise. So welcome to Danganerversary.
Cue the intro.
We have some different stuff we wanted to rate them on, and the first thing is personality. And with this, we are talking like in general, like if these people were real people.
Yes, so this is the ranking of how much would you like this person to come to your kick-ass birthday party.
Yeah, and the top one we have is Hope. Then we have Love. And the kind of average nothingness is And then we have Reserve Department and Despair as the lowest. And the first character we have is Fuyuhiko.
Yes, the good boy.
Yeah, he had sort of a character arc where in the beginning he was just this Yakuza boy, this tough guy, like, I'll fucking kill you. But then, after the whole episode with Peko, he sort of gained like it's almost like he has a heart.
Yes. I gotta be honest, I love Fuyuhiko. As anyone who's seen our show can probably tell. I think he's such a sweetheart, and he's got this like tough exterior, but like a heart of gold.
Yeah.
I think, would it be fun to invite to a party?
Oh yeah, because we have to remember this is what we're rating right now. Would he be fun? I actually think he wouldn't. Like, he would be a downer at a party, right?
You think so? I think he could get down. He could like do a little.
Well, he'd fucking kill you. And plus,
he'd be talking a lot about killing you, but like when we've had a few drinks, maybe like sat down.
Well, remember in the first party we had, he didn't even show up
because
he was like,
but that was before he had an eye patch and a change of heart.
Okay, so
okay, can you at least put him in Haw?
Yeah, I think you want to put him in Love.
Yes.
And I want to
really
put him in Reserve Department because I don't think he would be fun. And now, but then again, like personality. I think I'm with you on this one, actually, because if we're judging it like on personality in general and not just the birthday party, then I think he's up there too, because I think he is that kind of character who is like, I'm a tough guy on the outside, I can't, and then when you get to know him, he's just this sweetheart.
Yeah, he's just so sweet. But he'd never like let you say that about him. He'd stab you.
Yeah.
Stab your fucking organs.
Yep. Hang on, let me make it the right size here. There we go.
Yeah.
I'll base the rest of them on that. Sonia.
Sonia. I love Sonia. I love most of these.
Yeah. Can we agree? Sonia is a hope.
Yeah, Sonia is a sweetheart.
She has a fantastic personality. Even though she's innocent, she's not innocent to the point where she's like a doormat that you can just step on. Like she's been being like, shut up, Soda, we don't want to hear about it. So she can stand up for herself, but she keeps her like precious and innocent behavior. Yeah,
she can be like very assertive when she needs to be, but she's very like pleasant and friendly for the most part, but like not if you cross her, which I think is great. This person, so sweet.
In real life would be fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Fuck Soda.
I'm not even gonna. We're not.
No, that might be a little mean. Soda is. You know what? Fuck Soda.
Yeah. What redeeming qualities has he had? Ever since Tero died, it's like the game developers realized, oh fuck, we killed the perv, so...
Oh no, we need another horny boy.
Yeah, we need something. We need someone to be like, ugh. And then they just based that on this guy, because he wasn't horny to begin with, or pervy. He was just kind of nothing to me. Like, he blended into the background for me. And then as soon as Tero died, he was like, Sonia, baby, like, ugh.
Yeah, he sucks. He's a lot like real people I've met, which is like a big, only bad people, you know.
Yeah.
He hits like a very specific niche of that, you know, one guy who follows you around at a music festival for like hours and won't ever like get off your fucking back. And that's just not a vibe I want in my banging party.
Catch like the social clues or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like get a hobby, Soda.
Yeah. Peko.
Peko's great.
It's one of those two. Like, she's not as extrovert as someone like Sonia, so her personality isn't as expressed as Sonia. So maybe down here, which would be befitting based upon the fact that she's right next to Fuyuhiko.
They can hang out.
Yeah,
I think she's very loyal, which is cool. She's very like. She seems passionate, but also a little more soft-spoken, a little more introverted.
Yeah, putting her in the like the average category, that would be too low for her, I think.
Absolutely.
But I just don't think her personality is as expressed as Sonia's was, for example.
But we have had more time to get to know Sonia, so I think
that's true.
There's also that.
You want to put her like this, maybe?
No, I think it's fine. She can stay in Love.
Yeah.
I like that.
With
her
Fuyuhiko. Master. Yeah.
It's cute. I like it.
Yeah. This guy. Remember?
He's definitely better than the first game.
Get out of here. I was just about to say, remember personality? In the first game, he would have been down here, like, who wants to hang out with him?
In the first game, he sucked.
Yeah, he was this arrogant asshole. He did have some redeeming qualities about him in this one. But he was still, like... I mean, he was kind of nice at any point.
He was kind of controlling. He was a little... Like, he needed to be the leader, and he needed... like things to go his way all the time, and like he did sacrifice himself for the greater good, but you know,
not intentionally.
No, and it ended up making Nagito survive, which is like, oh, whoops.
Like, I would put him in the reserve department. Where would you put him?
I was thinking reserve department. Like, he can, if we, you know, if you don't have anyone else to call on a Saturday night, then I guess maybe, but he's definitely not the first, like,
no,
any of the first 10 I'd try to call.
No. Okay. Nekomaru Nidai, we've decided to take with us all 3 Nidais.
All the Nekomaru forms.
Yeah, so this is this is OP Nekomaru. This is the Nekomaru Nidai. I feel like he would be to me he's a lot.
He's a lot.
And
he yells a lot.
Yeah, and not in a good way.
He's got He's got not a lot going on, really. He likes shitting.
Yeah.
And he likes training.
Yeah, that's it. And whenever he was trying to motivate someone, it was just this like, it wasn't like deep motivational. Like some of the other characters, like even Monokuma has had some quotes where we were like, that's a good advice. This has been more like, you gotta work hard to.
Yeah, not for me. I can. Like, he's not unfriendly or anything, but
no, not at all.
I'm on. Like, personally, I think I'm leaning towards reserve department. But what do you think?
I would say the same too. This is not a person that in real life I would swing well with. But then again, like, as you said, he wasn't horrible either. It was not like he was unfriendly to anyone or anything like that. So
no, that's true. That might make him a little higher than Yakuya, who was actually actively unfriendly towards people.
Exactly. So maybe between Ha and reserve department.
You have to give them a rank. That's the whole deal.
Oh, God,
you can't just put them in the middle.
Oh.
It's cheating.
So
It's your call.
Based on personality alone.
Yeah.
I think reserve department too. I think there's too much personality.
He's a lot.
Yeah. Now Mechamaru.
Yeah, I actually liked him way better when he became a robot.
I was just about to say...
I feel like it's mean.
I think something changed about him when he became a robot. So for me, it's a little higher because he seemed to be a little more like, hey guys, we're all cool and stuff. Like, he became a little more involved with the group as he became a robot. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, a little bit.
But we
did also talk to him at a free time, which I think might have helped.
Yeah. So for me, he's at Ha for this one because I think he moved up a little bit. He got a little more personality around him when he turned into a robot. He was a little more defined for me, at least as a character. But still, it was still this like buff sports jock kind of guy. So I wouldn't put him higher than, for example, Fuyuhiko or Peko.
Nah.
But maybe
I like those guys.
Not as low as these two. So again, for me, it's Ha or reserve department.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So on Ha for him?
Yeah. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
Then we have Minimaru.
That's an instant hope. Yeah. I love him. I love everything about him.
He's the best. Yeah. He's so... Anyone would love to have that as a clock.
I want him in my life. I want 5 of him.
And just the only expression he had was when everyone else was like, okay, we're gonna do this. And he was like, let's do it! And that's so cool.
He's so sweet.
That's hope. That you have to have Minimaru in your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Instant 10.
Yeah. Ibuki
is great, but she's also a lot, but in a fun way.
In a fun way, yeah.
She's the sort of person you're a little exhausted after hanging out with, but you do want to hang out with her because she's got like fun stories to tell. She's got like a bubbly personality. You always know when you go out with her that she's got some crazy plan.
Yeah.
And you never know quite where you end up, but like you get some good stories out of it, you know?
Yeah. Actually, I'm actually at hope.
Yeah?
I mean, it is a lot, but like she had like. Of all the characters, I think maybe she was one of the characters who had the most personality.
Yeah, I think so too.
For me, it's either hope or love.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think personally I'd rank her a little. I think I'd rank her in love, but I do really like her. She's great.
The only problem with her personality is that there is too much about it. There's too much of her personality, so it became a little... It could be exhausting at sometimes to keep it in fifth gear all the time.
There's a little bit of that, you know, early odds, like lol XD random energy about her, which can get a tiny bit exhausting, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Like very cosplay con.
I like this list already.
That's really good.
Mikan, and we're gonna base this one on pre-trial Mikan, not the Mikan, because then like we would need a new category up here, and there's no room for that.
Horny fuck.
So this is timid, scared, shy Mikan.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not a fan. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, I was just about to say I'm gonna let you answer this because this is the female version of me.
Oh, I'm sorry, mate. That's not true, though. You're not that self-deprecating.
Maybe not that much, but I do have, like, Mikan vibes. But
I don't think so. Like, her whole... She just seems exhausting to hang around with, you know?
Yeah, because it did become a little much of like, I'm really sorry, I messed everything up. Should I take off all my clothes? Yeah.
She's always trying to apologize. She's always like, she's not very good at communicating her needs. And she's...
Yeah, who would do that? I mean...
Shut up, you dingus.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it would be the kind of person that you... At first, you would be like, no, it's okay, we like you. And then after like the 17th apology for something irrelevant, you would be like, okay, listen, get some confidence here.
Yeah, come on, man. You can, it's fine. It's fine.
So, reserve or despair?
Nah, I think I think she's okay in the reserve, maybe even ha, that's fine. She's not necessarily like...
Okay. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt here and put her in ha.
Yeah, I want to put her in ha because after the trial, when her personality did a little bit of a swifty swip, she became very cool.
Yeah. Then it's not a ha, then it's a whew. So this might be a fitting place for her.
Yeah. But she gained some confidence.
Absolutely, she gained a lot of confidence, let's just say that. This one is a tricky one, because at the beginning, I did not like her. First of all, to me, she was too ordinary. Like, there was nothing that special about her, like Ibuki's personality, that's special. Where this one was just sort of like everyday meh.
She's a little basic.
For me, based on personality, to begin with, I would put her around these parts, but then she did have that moment where she was like, hey, let's not be rude to Hiyoko, and she was sad about the death of Byakuya. So there's an ambivalence about this character. Like, I'm down here, but I'm also like but I'm also like up here.
Yeah, I liked her relationship to Hiyoko. I think that did a lot for me. Like in the likability. I thought they were like sort of a cute deal.
she is kind of like Fuyuhiko in a way that she acts all tough and like assertive, but then when you get close to her and break her down, well, not break her down in that way, not mentally, but once you get in on her, like she has this sweet side. That's why I'm so confused about her, because you're a man, you should know is for me down here.
Yeah, that's lame and not cool, and she should know better.
But hey, let's not be rude to Hiyoko. Let's help her. It's
that's
up here.
sweet.
So
I feel like she's got some issues she needs to work out, and I don't necessarily want to be the one who deals with that.
Yeah.
But if she's done, like, after some years when she's done a bit of growth, then maybe we can hang out. But I don't know right now.
So because we're not sure about her. So it's
that could make sense. We can do that.
The next one should be easy, because if we're basing it on personality, it has to be down here, right? Because her whole deal was being an absolute shit to everyone.
She's a little shitty. She's definitely like she's rude
her
and
whole
awful.
Character personality trait was developed around the fact of being the biggest bitch on the planet.
Yeah.
So biggest creep, biggest bitch.
Yeah.
I mean,
they can hang out together down there.
Yeah. Hajime, I mean,
okay. So Hajime is like basically sort of a himbo, right?
Yeah. To me, he kind of blends in. Like, there's, again, as I said with Mahiro, there's not really anything distinctive about him. There's not, like with Ibuki, her character trait is so easy to zone in on. And the same with Sonya's, the same with Fuyuhiko, Nekomaru even. Hajime is just kind of a nothing personality. He's just there.
He's got a bad case of protagonist boy.
Yeah.
Where, like, he's not allowed to have too much of personality because the viewer has to be able to, like, sort of
develop
put
their own.
Put themselves in his place. But I still think he's got more of a personality than the protagonist boy from the first game. He's a little more
assertive.
Not necessarily, but he's more conflicted. He also, like, I think
that's true.
Yeah, that's true. He's got some times when he, like, contemplates, should I do a killing, which I think is interesting as well. Yeah. I think the first person was just sort of nice and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's not getting high. He's a ha at best, I think.
Yeah, one of these two.
Yeah.
And both is befitting of him.
Definitely. Poor guy.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for him more than I feel like I'd hang out with him, you know?
Yeah, so maybe even reserve department?
We can do that.
Yeah, because he does, I mean, and as you
more
said...
like Hajime, am I right?
It's because he is the protagonist, and as you said, it's so that the player can sort of project themselves to be in his place. So maybe that's why he doesn't have much of a personality, but that's just... that's just the game's fault. That's not how his personality necessarily is. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Gotham is the best.
There we go.
Gotham is the absolute
There's no
best.
talking about that. There we go. Hang on, let me move over so boyfriend and girlfriend can be next to each other, do some kissing, and then this one can be cheering them.
Yay!
He has a, like, again, just as I said with Ibuki, his personality, it's out there. It's you have no doubt. If I put my hand over all these characters and you only had sentences from them, you wouldn't be questioning when it was Gunnam who talked.
No,
as you would with
no.
like someone as Hajime, you would be like, is it Hajime or is it?
All he ever says is "ha," and like repeats stuff other people said with a question mark after it. But you know. Okay. But this boy sucks.
Remember, personality as if they were in real life.
This boy is an active terrorist.
Yes, down here with the rest of the people.
this boy sucks.
Yeah.
I love him, but he sucks.
Yeah. We can't place him higher than he is the despair boy, right?
He is the despair boy.
Yeah.
And he'd love to be the hope boy, but he isn't. And I'm sorry, but you know.
And talking about people who are in the despair category.
Ugh.
Yeah, this one. I know
so gross.
He had the whole thing with, I just want to see Mama, which was sort of redeeming.
It was sweet.
It just doesn't make up for the fact that he spent the whole first, like, entirety of the game being like, vagina. Like, ew, stop it. Stop.
Listen, I'll say to Teru as I feel towards Kazuichi, like, horny is not a personality.
Yeah.
Get a fucking hobby, Teru.
Yeah. He's down here.
Yeah, definitely.
The next one,
Even Nagito is disappointed at him. Look at him.
He's like, oh, really? I have to be next to you?
He's like, ugh.
This one is interesting because Akane, for me, has the same problem as like Hajime, where they just blend in with like
you think
normal.
So?
Yes, I don't think there's anything like very distinctive about her where it's like, wow, that's maybe up in the Ha, because she did have the whole like, I'll beat you up. Well, would you based on personality, someone who's that aggressive?
I mean,
and she was kind of snobbish about her, like, yeah, I'm a gymnast, but I don't really train, so... As personality...
I really like her, actually. I think she's, well... I mean, I think she'd be very fun to party with. If it's about partying, I'd definitely invite her. Because
she would get drunk and start punching people. And like...
she'd hang out at the snack bar and like...
Yeah, but Nekomaru was all about shitting. She was all about eating and punching people.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think...
The thing for me is just that she became too normal. Like, you could take her as she is, drag her out of the game, put her into the real world, and I wouldn't notice that it's like wow, that's a video game character. Like I would with someone like Ibuki. Ibuki, I would be like, okay, you're from another world. I don't feel that with Akane. Akane is too normal for me, and too aggressive and too hungry. So for me, I'm down here.
I can see where you're coming from, definitely. I think that might also that might be a character thing more, but I think that like her whole journey towards acceptance is very interesting. About her boyfriend dying and such.
Yeah, it isn't necessarily confirmed, but we do have a theory that that these two were talking about is it requires some kind of protection unless you want to make a diss. So that's the best way I could describe it without being diss.
Sure.
So where would you put her in terms of personality?
I think Ha is fine if that's where you want to put her.
Like
I'm okay with that.
But you are like between those two, maybe like Love and Ha.
I can do Ha. Ha's fine.
Yeah, because if you are here and I'm here, then we could say like we'll split it in half and say here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm fine with that. Jack is great.
It's either love or hope for me. Like, as a person, she slept a lot and she was very into her games, but she was the one who was always like, I believe in you and here's how I'm gonna help you. And she kind of made some jokes around us with like the poking our eyes out and stuff. She has been the bystander in the entire game. And like this, for me in real life, this is a friend.
Yeah, absolutely. She's like very supportive. She's very sweet. She's very passionate, which is a big thing for me in my friend groups. Like I love passionate people.
Aww.
She just like she's friend shaped and she's just very very nice and I really like her.
And remember again, we're talking about personality. when Hiyoko did the altar, where everyone was like, what the fuck is that thing? Get that out of here, it's ugly. She was the one to step in and say, you know what, I actually like it. And I think Hiyoko did her best. When everyone was mean to Usami, I can't spoil anything, but she was the one to step in and say like, hey, I don't dislike Usami. She was always supportive of those who were being mistreated, unless it's Monokuma, but... And that is a big thing for me. If you can step in and defend those who cannot defend themselves, that's a big thing. Yeah.
I also, I definitely agree she should be in the hope category.
Yeah.
I had a thing I wanted to say, but I forgot it. Hold on. I want to think about it. She's like really good at. She's not necessarily the best at people skills, but she's very good at reading people and seeing what they need, and trying to just give people that and be there for them, which I think is just very sweet. I really like her.
And what mean things has come out of her? What has she done to anyone else that is like oh, you shouldn't have done that, or that was gross, or anything? Nothing.
No, not except the trying to get Hajime to poke his eyes out, but that was a joke, so that's fine.
Quote unquote joke.
Okay.
Okay, the two big ones. Usami. I mean, we had the hashtag Justice for Usami. It's so sad that everyone is mean to her, but...
Everyone's so mean to her. But I also sort of want to be mean to her. She's a little exhausting. You know?
She is a little fairy godmother. Like, a little too much. It's a little too pink and sparkly, everything.
Yeah.
For her, at least, to be up here.
I mean, she's trying her best.
Yeah. Where would you put her as a personality trait?
I really don't want... Like, would you honestly hang out with Usami?
For an extended period of time, no.
Like, if you had the choice to hang out with Usami or not hang out with Usami, would you honestly?
But I made campfires for you guys. Like, fuck you guys, I hate you. But, I mean, she's just trying her best, but she's really... It doesn't work out for her.
No. I'm sorry. She's sweet.
Here?
She tries very hard.
Yeah. As a person, are we really down at... Well, maybe we are actually down at reserve departments.
Yeah, you know, the reserve department is that kind of friends where you are like, I mean, if nobody else took my invitation, I guess.
Yeah, I agree with this. Usami and the reserved. This one, like, tries to fucking destroy the world, get teens to kill each other. He has to be the spare.
Yeah, not a good boy. Not a good person. I'm sorry.
So, based on if these characters were real life people, here you have our ranking of the Danganronpa 2 characters up until episode 55 of our playthrough, and how we feel about them.
I stand by everything.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, how do you feel about our list? I think it looks pretty solid.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
I'm comfortable in this list.
Yes. A lot of the ones at the top are my voices, which I like.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a good list. I like it.
Yeah, so there you have it, the personality list on our Danganerversary, and we will move on to the next list.
Next list.
The next list on our Danganerversary ranking thing here is character, and that leans a lot against personality, but the difference here is that this is more based on how good we think the character is, like, game-wise. Do you have any better explanation? Yeah. I don't know. Like...
so it's about, like, how well the character's written, like... Are their story arcs interesting?
Yeah.
Are they, like, contributing positively to the plot? Or are they just being horny in the corner?
Yeah.
Looking at you, fucking Kazuichi again.
So this is not defined on whether or not the character is good or bad or morally or whatever. It's nothing to do with that.
It's about like how well they fit into the universe and like if they do anything to further the plot or if they have an interesting arc.
Yeah, and let's just agree once again. Again, if anyone has Soda as a favorite character, I'm sorry, and you need help because
I'm not sorry. I just want that on the record.
Yeah, he doesn't add anything. Like he has done. I know we haven't spent free time with him, but mainly because we didn't even feel like it. That's how nothing this character is, and all he's added is perversion. That's all there is to this character.
Sometimes he screams a lot and it's like, oh no, somebody's gotta be the traitor. Is it you? Is it you?
He has done nothing. He is, as you say a lot, dispendable. Like, we could lose him and it would mean nothing. Fuyuhiko. That's an interesting one, because he had a big character arc.
He really did have a character arc. I think it was an interesting one. I think
so too.
It was a significant change in personality. It didn't happen overnight. He had to go through like stuff, and he still falls back into like habits, old habits, which I think is great, actually, because sometimes you see those character arcs where some like they're an asshole, and then one singular event happens, and then they're a completely different person. After that, and I think it's cool that it happens sort of gradually. And he still sometimes falls back into that like old, I'll fucking stab you.
I fully agree.
I really like him a lot.
So is he all the way up in hope or love? For me, it's probably love.
I think for me it's actually hope, but I can agree to put him in love.
I can also agree to put him in hope.
Yeah. Okay, you can put him between stuff if you want to.
Nah, it's fine. He's a hope boy because he did have a lot of like development, and I think he's been a major character in the game. So
yeah.
Ibuki.
I agree.
Love for me.
Yeah. I mean, she's interesting.
Then again, I think I'm maybe up in hope because I think she's one of the more interesting characters that has been in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
She was one of the more distinctive one, at least, with her high energy and her punky look.
Yeah, that's true. She's definitely.
And I think her character, like, it filled a place that the game needed, and I feel like she was filling out a really significant role in the group.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Where the rest of them are, if you look at it, they are all sort of downers, to be honest. Most of, except Sonia, but I mean, she was the one in the group who like led the charge when it came to energy and happiness. She was the one.
Yeah.
So based on that, I would actually put her in hope.
Yeah, I agree. That was well said.
Yeah. Sonia.
Okay.
I'll let you lead the charge on this one, but again, I'm up here. She's again a really interesting character.
Like, just based on the fact that you keep accusing her of murders she didn't do.
She's too innocent.
I feel like she's at least made an important impression, like on the game.
Yeah.
She's like often people underestimate her because she's like cute and pretty and soft spoken.
Yeah.
She's very capable, and I think that's very cool. And also, she's often the one who leads us to clues or puts stuff together, which I also think is like, that's very cool.
Yeah.
I want to put her high.
So for me, it's love because her character isn't as strong as someone like Ibuki. Miken, I would actually put the same place because I think her character is well written. Before
the trial, I was a little, I don't really know what
she's all
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was the timid one. Like, you could define her in a group. that's maybe the problem I have with Sonia. Why I didn't play Sonia higher is because Sonia isn't really defined in the group as much as someone like Ibuki, the energetic, or Mikan, the timid one.
I think it makes sense to put her there. I think it's a good spot for her. Now my hero.
I would put her in reserve department.
She didn't really make much of an impression on me.
In terms of like character, she didn't have any real development, and we couldn't really define her as a character, and she was just primarily she was mean, but then she was kind of like a meh, at least for me. So I would put her in the reserve department.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. We got a little bit more of that, like her backstory during the trial, but she was dead then, so it's I like the fact that she was able to
tame
I don't know,
this one, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think reserve department is fine.
Yeah.
For her.
And this is where I think we're gonna disagree, because I would put Akane in the same place again because of the fact that her as a character just it blends in. There's nothing jumping at me as with Ibuki, Fuyuhiko, Mikan, those kind of characters. She's just like a character flatline almost. And what has her character arc been? There's not been any.
I don't know. I feel like she's definitely still on it. Especially in the Funhouse, I feel like we got glimpses of her in the conversations with Fuyuhiko and stuff like that, where she's in the middle of trying to like sort of deal with this grief and this loss, but she's not able to really go there yet with herself. Yeah. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I see like a person who's like really struggling, but has been struggling a lot her whole life. Yeah. We've had like conversations with her in free time. Yeah. Where she talked about like how it's been horrible upbringing. Yeah, like a horrible upbringing, and I feel like she has some unhealthy coping mechanisms, and she's like still sort of trying to deal with this whole loss thing. And I think instead of dealing with it, she like pretends that it didn't happen, Yeah. And I think that's interesting. But I actually find her really interesting.
Yeah, I agree with that. But then again, if you think of her as a member of this whole group, what role would you give her? Like, again, that's...
Barbarian? I don't know.
Ibuki is the energetic one, the timid one. Like... For me, that's kind of the problem for me, is that I can't really put a character on her.
I can see that. I can definitely see where you're coming from.
But do you want her to jump even higher?
I think Ha is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I can, like, if it was my personal list, I'd place her a little higher, I think. But when it's like a collective list, I think Ha is perfectly valid, and I do see your point. Yeah, like she's not the most distinct.
No. However, distinct. This one for me is either love, or hope, because this was one of the characters I at least remember the most, and not because of the voice, but because of the type of character they were. Like, that character was, for me, that was sketched fully. Like. The character was, for me, well developed. In the same way that Mikan was timid, then this one was bitchy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I would put her love, maybe.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
And God forbid,
it's the despair boy.
Here it comes, and
look.
I guess I have to.
Okay,
even though I fucking hate this shit.
Listen, if anybody is driving the plot forward, it's fucking Nagito. Yeah. If anybody's got like a character arc and a memorable personality
and a distinctive character, it has to be this guy. Like, he is Danganronpa.
He really is.
It has to be this guy.
I feel like he's got a lot of character development, sort of. Like, he's done a lot of that, but I also feel like it's not like everything sort of makes sense, even though like a lot of his motives are a little hidden to us because he always seems like he's 5 steps ahead of everyone else.
Yeah.
I think he's a really good villain, actually.
Yeah.
I think he is very, like, because you're sort of afraid of him, like, playing the game, because he's unpredictable and he always seems like he knows too much, you know?
Unpredictable
about what's going
is
on.
the perfect word for this guy. You never know where he's going. And that's what makes this entire game so fucking exciting, is that you don't know where to put this guy.
Yeah.
It would even have to be honest, it would have to be like this.
He can have his own, like, Nagito tier.
Yeah. Byakuya
Fuck you. The fuck you tier.
Yeah. As a character, there was nothing. It's either reserve department or horror for me. Again, because of it was just like a filler character. There was nothing really about him.
Yeah, it was intriguing. The thing about I have to tell you about my deep dark past and then dying.
Yeah.
But I think that's the biggest impression he left on me.
Yeah.
Which is not great.
No.
But he did die early on, so you know.
So maybe a half because we don't really know where to actually put him. He didn't really get a chance. And then
oh, you sweet innocent boy.
Yeah.
Sweet dumb boy.
For me, it's either Ha, based upon the fact, as you said in the personality one, that he's not meant to have a character. He's meant to be sort of like raw and like a blank canvas. So
yeah.
Or it's love actually, because he is a little confused boy. Like, he does have character traits that are very distinct.
Yeah. I think I'd put him in Hav, if I'm being honest. It's like, he's not a bad character.
No, but he's not distinctive either. Okay, so let's do it like this.
Yeah.
So we have Maru here. Not Mahiro, but Maru. As a character, I mean, he does have some of the things that I talk about with the top tiers up here, where it is a distinct character. Like, if you describe this person to me without pictures or names or anything, I would say, that's Nidai.
Yeah.
Whereas if you described like Akane to me or Mahiro, I wouldn't necessarily know which one you were talking about. Nidai, I would be sure that was the character you were talking about, but is it a good character? I'm not so sure. So for me, again, maybe a Ha, or you could perhaps speak it up to be a love. I mean, he did have the thing where he became a robot, and that's kind of a deal. But I'm at a Ha right now, but you could drag it up to love, or drag it down to reserve department.
Okay. I mean, I liked him becoming a robot. I feel like he had more, like, he was a bit more distinct. He had a little more stuff to do.
Something.
I liked the act of it, because it was like him sacrificing himself for someone he loved, which was pretty cool. I liked that a lot.
Yeah, and it did bring something to the character that he became a robot. Like, it made him more special.
Yeah, I also feel like he became a little more... He talked a lot about, you know, mortality and about, like, life and how to get a lot of, like, the most out of life as he became the robot. Yeah. Which I feel like is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah,
like
the weird part about that is becoming a robot actually made him more human for me.
Yeah, me too. Definitely. I feel like that did a lot for me.
Maybe we should put him up here.
I think we should.
Yeah, because, I mean, again, as a character, yeah. But...
That's a good boy.
I mean, I'm close to being up here, actually, but...
It's very good.
That's a fantastic character. I love it.
It's very fun.
Yeah. Where would you put him? I would put him in Hope.
I'm okay with Hope. Yeah. He's very good. Okay.
I mean, any disagreement?
Yeah, they're both good villains.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is Danganronpa.
Yeah. He's the mascot for a reason.
Yeah.
He's very iconic. And you also, like, you're kind of afraid of him because, like, he can escalate quickly in a way.
Yeah. He has the same as Nagito in that you don't know where he's at. He has sort of an unpredictable. I don't. You know what I mean? Yeah. But not in the same way as Nagito, where Nagito was cold and calculated. This one is explosive and chaotic. So I would put him up here with Nagito.
Yeah.
Like this is the whole game.
Yeah.
Usami, I mean, some would say that, if Monokuma's up there and these two are the same quote-unquote character in terms of like their role, she should be here too. I don't think so. I don't think that her character is as well defined as Monokuma's and as well perceived as Monokuma's. I think she's lower. I don't even think
so
she's Hope. I would put her in Love.
Yeah, I don't...
I mean, in terms of character, she is more well-defined than these three for me.
That's fair.
And she does have a more...
She does drive the plot a few
times.
times. And she has some intrigue about, like, what's her whole deal is. I just, I can't put her all the way up there.
No, she's not up here. Absolutely not. I mean, she's just barely above her.
Okay, that's fine.
As a okay. As a character, if we
I gotta defend this creep.
I absolutely hate him, but as we said, right now it's about how well defined the character is and how well their role is.
That's true.
Is he the spare or is he actually reserve department? Because
he did have the mama thing, which was sweet.
And I mean, his character is distinctive. He stands out from the group, and
that's true.
He did have character traits that was well defined, even though I wish they weren't. I mean, he's not a bad character in terms of like character, like written.
No.
He was just as a person.
That's true. I would easily it would be easier for me to pick him out of a group than Kazuichi.
Yeah, Soda is just a budget version of Tero actually.
Honestly.
Yeah. So again, I'm
that's
like
fine.
One of these two places.
You can put him in reserve department. That's fine.
Yeah. Peko.
Ah, she's great. I love her.
Are we up here?
Yeah, I really like her whole
She's
deal.
a badass swordswoman.
She can fight. She got angst. Like, what more do you want?
Yeah. And even though you gave her sort of like a calm voice, she was still assertive and like stood up for herself, and she had a character arc. I feel like she was really well defined. And again, she's one that stands out. That's what That's what I really base this, for me, this ranking on, is whether or not the character stands out. I think she stood out.
Yeah.
She was one of the first characters I really noticed alongside Ibuki.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay.
Chiaki, as a character, again, are we all the way up here or down here? For me, it's one of those two, because her character she's basically what Kyoko was for the first game. So
yeah, she's got a gameplay utility function that is, but a little. She's a little less obvious.
She's a little less defined as Peko and Ibuki.
Yeah.
She's a little more normal, quote unquote. So maybe actually down here.
Yeah. What I like about her compared to Kyoko was that Kyoko always seemed a little bit like she had all the answers but didn't want to give them to you. And I feel like with Chiaki, I feel like we're on this like adventure together.
Yeah.
And we're like solving steps together. And sometimes she's being a little shit about not telling me the clues.
Yeah.
But most of the time it's like we're ping-ponging and like she's like, there's gotta be something here. Have you tried this? And you're like, I haven't. Wow.
But
if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. But as a character as well, something I will note is that she's the only one for me that to this extent actually feels like a real human, because the way when they went to the hospital in that conference room and it was black, the way that she sort of like played a joke on Hajime,
yeah,
that's almost like what a human would do. Like at first she was kind of reserved around Hajime, but then they developed a relationship and then she got sort of playful. She's almost human to me.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot to do for a character in a video game. If you can do that to a character, you've done a good job. So I think Love is a good position for her.
Yeah, definitely. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Do we have to talk about this one?
He's very good.
Or do we just go up here?
He's the goodest boy.
Yeah. Again, as with Ibuki and Peko, he is such a character. Like he stands out so much that you just... Not only could you pick him out of a group just based on description, you wouldn't be able to overlook this character.
Nah. And like, we are at the end of his trial, right?
Yeah.
We can talk about that.
Yeah. So
I feel like that really put it over the top for me, because he's like he's not excusing his actions, but the way that he talks about like morality, and I really liked the way he explained why he did a murder.
Yeah, his motive.
Like, yeah, he would he chose Nekomaru partly because he knew that they had like sort of the same morality, and he like let him, like gave him a way to escape if he wanted to, and he's like very honorable in a way.
Yeah.
Even though he ended up
he's
killing a man.
But he's dark and mysterious, and who doesn't love that?
Exactly.
That's actually almost what I felt about Peko in the start, especially with the voice you gave her. That made her even more mysterious.
Wow, thank you.
So like these two and Ibuki for me are the most distinctive characters.
Yeah.
Are we okay with this list for the
This is perfectly fine.
game character ranking? There you have it.
There you have it.
And we will move on to the next list.
Yes, let's do it.
We are back with the next list, which is design, and that's a very simple ranking. It's basically just, do we like the character design or not? So it's fairly straightforward.
And disclaimer, none of us are character designers.
Yeah. And,
so,
I think, is this the first time that the fuck that is Soda is not gonna be in despair?
Yeah. He's got some good colors.
There is something distinctive about him. Like, and
I like his fangs, actually. That's, that tells you right away when you look at him that he's a little shit boy. And I like that. You can tell what he's all about by looking at his outfit.
Yeah.
I like the purple against the yellow.
Yeah, the
really
color
pops.
scheme. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I will note as a negative is when I look at this, I don't see mechanic. I don't instantly go like, oh, that's a mechanic. Whereas with someone like Gundam, I instantly go like, oh, there's a dark mysterious boy. Or with Peko, I go like, okay, there's a dragon fighter swordswoman.
Just want to point out, when you look at Gundam, you don't think breeder.
That is true.
But yeah, I can see what you mean. I think I'd say garbage man if I just had to like take a guess based on his costume.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good point. I think he should be higher. I think we can put him in Ha.
Oh my god, Soda. This is... enjoy the moment. You've reached the high point. Mikan.
I like how her like colors are sort of muted because she's like sort of a quiet, reserved.
Yeah, so the colors support her character trait.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
And it is sort of an old school nurse outfit.
Yeah.
But
I like her bandages to like sort of her whole being clumsy thing.
Yeah.
That works for me.
But
otherwise, I don't think she's got a whole lot going on.
I was just about to... That was the word I was looking for. Like, there isn't much about her. So maybe a heart too. Because, like, the way she looks supports her character, yes, but it's not more than that. Whereas with the Soda, they were a little creative. This one is... maybe we're actually down in reserve department.
Yeah, I actually think so too. She's not very...
They didn't really
distinct.
do anything with her.
Not a lot.
They just looked at an old photograph of a nurse and just said, just do that one-on-one. And then they put a bandage on her to be like, so... Yeah. Little eye patch boy.
The eye patch,
how high should I go?
Does so much for him. The eye patch does so much.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd necessarily rank him highest.
No, I think here, but he's got his little suit on, like a little Yakuza boy, and the eye patch and all.
The suit is very good. It's very stylish. You can like immediately look at him and tell what he's all about.
Yeah. Absolutely. And whereas some people will say, well, he looks like a Yakuza, then why is Mikan down here and he's up here? Well, because they did it in a cool and creative way with this one, and then the eye patch is just the cream de la cream on this guy.
The eye patch does a lot. I feel like his design before the eye patch is actually a few picks down.
Yeah, that could even be reserve department too, because again, not really anything special was done with it. If they had made like, okay, so he's a Yakuza, so maybe some tattoos or something. I know they said that he has tattoos, but they're not showing. They could have made like a small one on the neck or something. Just to...
Yeah.
But yeah, the eye patch, that brought it up a couple of notches.
Yeah, not just because eye patches are cool, which they are, but also because it ties into character development, which I always appreciate when like character development can be seen on the character's appearance.
Yeah, and that's what we have with
that's pretty cool.
I mean, it was sort of the same point with Mikan. When the choices in design, and we're not talking about her wearing a nurse's apron because she's a nurse, no. But like her being soft and matte in the colors because she's very soft and like that's next level design.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
When they sort of think that way. Sonia. I mean, she's so cute. And
she's very cute.
And again, her design with the little bow tie and the cute little dress and all of that, it supports her being a royalty, but it also supports her being very innocent.
I like that they didn't go the classic like Disney princess route with her.
Absolutely. I'm so glad they didn't do that.
Yeah. Like there's a little bit school uniform about her outfit, but still like very elevated. Yeah. Very elegant. And I think this is a very creative take on a foreign exchange student being a princess. Like I think this is a really good design. Yeah. So I would put her here next to Fuyuhiko. Do you agree? Yeah, absolutely. Fuki is iconic. She's got a lot going on, but that's fine because that's like her whole personality.
Exactly. Once again, the design supports the character. Like she's all energy. She's all explosive and happiness and colors and like, wow, it's all there.
Yeah, it borders on over-designed, but I actually like that about it.
Yeah. Well, her energy is over, like, it's almost so much that you can't handle it.
Yeah, exactly.
Both in terms of design and energy. So, and with her, they went creative and they went distinctive. Out of all of these people, Ibuki would be the first one I noticed out of a group.
And also, you gotta appreciate the bisexual color scheme. Like,
Yeah.
it's iconic.
Yeah. Hajime, I would put him down here. Like,
he's
again,
so boring.
Yeah.
Like, I'd
I'd
actually put him in
here?
despair. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing he's the protagonist, whatever.
Yeah.
But
again,
like,
it's not
he's
his
so
fault,
bland.
but we have to stand by the premise of the ranking list, and regardless of whether or not he is the protagonist and is supposed to be like a blank canvas,
yeah,
that's exactly what he is, a blank
what he
canvas.
is.
There's nothing.
Nah, he's a little. It's not that interesting.
He has a tie. That's about it.
Ooh, wow.
And then
look at
actually-
tie guy over here.
Actually, one thing that even like puts him really hot down here for me, that one streak of hair that goes like that spike. We even joked about it when Mikan was in bed with him.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Isn't
Why?
it just an anime thing?
Is it? Because where else do you see this? Like
see,
maybe
Akane's got a little
Akane, but that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. I wish
it's
they
the only
wouldn't
thing
have
that
done
sort of makes him stand out.
Well, that's true, but for me, not in a good way.
Fair. Okay.
Byakuya.
Byakuya.
Again, like there's not a whole lot to this character. I think maybe for me, reserve department or despair, because just like with Hajime, there's nothing. I guess he symbolizes someone that comes from a high-standing family, but not really, actually. Like, if you saw this on the street, would you be like, a lot of cash and a lot of influence? I wouldn't.
I mean, he's got the suit on. He's got the little... What's, like, not a tie. What's that?
I don't even know what that is.
Nah, that pops. But he's got a lot of this... Like, he's got a very samey color scheme other than that.
I see opportunities for a character like this that they didn't go with. So for me, it's down in despair.
Yeah.
Akane, I have to be honest, she's down here for me. There is, again, if this is a normal person out in the street, there's nothing about her design that stands out from just an everyday, normal, boring human being. And I know, before the comment section pulls off my head, I know she's got big fucking tits. Here's the deal. I don't care about big fucking tits. If that's all a character has, then that character has nothing. I don't give a shit about Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil, whatever the fuck.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But like, there's nothing, to me, there's nothing that stands out about this character. It's the bland colors, normal clothing. They cropped up her boobs, that's it. Even for like a gymnast, they didn't even give her like muscles or anything. That would have made it interesting.
It's just got a bit of muscle, but I'm gonna have to agree with you. Like, they could have leaned into the athletic gymnast thing a bit more.
Where is the
Well,
muscles?
not in this pose, but it's, like in some of her poses,
She's
she definitely
doing a
got
fighting
some.
pose and not even like a small like. Nope.
She's got more muscles than some of the other girls.
Actually, she's got more than Hajime. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, but
yeah, it's I'm fine with reserve for her.
She's not a boring or horrible design, but it's just very standard.
I hate her hair.
Yeah.
No, I don't hate her hair. I just for me it clashes a little bit with the
Girl Scouts.
The other color scheme she's got going on. It's very bright and saturated.
But for me, it's still down here.
Yeah.
At most,
she's
really
more interesting to look at than
Akane and Mikan.
Yeah.
So
we can put her in Ha.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, maybe here. But whoops. But again, like, it's not a lot went into that. If she had brown hair, she would be down here.
Yeah, probably. She pops a bit more, which
Yeah.
is nice.
This one,
Okay.
I would put up here First of all, I love the kimono. I love the color scheme.
Yeah, it's very cute.
And the two like strands of hair that she's got, even though I think they are a little bit too big, they are just, for some reason, to me, when I just look at this picture, even if she didn't have an expression, I would be like, that's a snotty little brat.
She's got a very good silhouette.
Yeah.
She's very distinct in that way.
Yeah.
She's easy to, like, pick out in a crowd.
If you ask me, I would say more thought went into this design than Mahiro and Kazuichi. And with the little, like, the cats in this to show that she's still a child, but then is she really? Because she is so foul-mouthed.
Yeah, she's cute. I
mean,
like her eyes matching her kimono.
Yeah, that too. Oh, yeah. But, I mean, Love is maybe a bit too high for me, but I don't think she's a ha category.
Nah, we can put her in Love. I think that's fitting.
Okay.
I don't know a lot about dances.
Nagito.
Okay, Nagito is interesting because he's got like a lot of like if the theory is true that he is the guy from the first game.
Yeah.
Then I actually think that his visual parallels are pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like he's got sort of the same like the first guy's got the jacket but like zipped up, and he's got the jacket like just flowing.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty neat, and I think it's a cool reference. If not, then he's a little boring.
Yeah, he stands out more to me than someone like Byakuya, or even... I think he's a little higher than Akane, but maybe not as high as Kazuichi, because as you said, this design is based upon whether or not he is actually the character from the first game. If he is, then it's a cool reference. If not, then this is more or less just standard clothing.
I like his hair. His like wild, crazy
Is it a
hair.
ha?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I can do ha.
Monokuma.
Iconic.
Yeah, it has to be Hope. I think it's a cool design. I think it's a clever way that they did the like good and bad side. I think the eye is super cool that they didn't just go with like a red dot.
I really like the pop of red in the monochrome. That it really makes it like very distinct.
Monochrome, Monokuma, and like he's scary, but he's also kind of cute.
Yeah.
You want to hug him and throw him out the window. So you want to... He's up here, right?
He's definitely Hope. Like, he's... This... No doubt about it. It's a iconic, cool design.
Yeah.
Now, palette swap over here.
Yeah. I mean, I know they sort of had to stick with the same kind of idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the design works for her. I think the design works, but again, like they probably didn't have a lot to work with because they had to stay in the same theme as Monokuma. I don't think this is as iconic as Monokuma, but I still think that the design is great. And I am, thank God, just thank you to the developers that you did not go bear against bear, but you actually tried to be like, okay, so this is a rabbit.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
Maybe Love. Again, it's
sure.
It's a more.
Fine.
Where would you put her if you were the one?
I think I'd put her in Ha, but I've been mean to her today, so she can come in Love.
Peko, again, I know where I would put her, but I'll let you start.
Her design is so fucking cool, dude. Like the red with the like teal sort of green thing.
Yeah,
like it really pops. Her eyes are red. That's so cool.
And the little I don't even know what that is, but a logo down here that sort of, to me, this just screams like some character you would make in an RPG where you're like, I'm a female dragon slayer. I kill dragons with my sword, and her design is epic. I love it.
Very much so. It's very
both
like
in terms of colors and like everything.
Yeah, she's very cool. I'm all about that.
Yeah. Were you about to say something?
Nothing important. I can't even remember really.
Okay.
Okay, Chiaki.
For
like
me,
her hairpin.
yeah, the hairpin is a cool little reference, actually. I think that's such a cool idea, and it's almost like an Easter egg. And then with the cute backpack and the logo and the little bow tie and her cute little pink eyes, that kind of makes her look really innocent. Like in terms of like you wouldn't expect her to be like, oh, she's the next killer. She just looks sweet and innocent. But I will say she is not as distinctive, not as up here. I don't think she's a Hope character. I am a little conflicted between her, because for me, design-wise, she's actually the equivalent of Nagito.
Yeah, definitely. They've got sort of the same color scheme.
Exactly.
Which I haven't noticed before now, but it's...
If you look
especially
at this,
when you put them so small.
Yeah,
like,
it looks like just a darker version of Nagito with brighter eyes. So based on that...
Do we just like the color red? I feel like we just like the color red.
Yeah. So based on that, I would actually put her on Ha.
Yeah.
Because
I
again,
agree.
Is her design as well sketched out as these ones up here? I actually don't think so. She's a little more bland. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. That might suit the character, but now we're only going for the design. So I would put her in Ha.
Yeah. Okay, so this one I don't care for.
Yeah, I mean...
And okay.
There's the chain.
Yeah, that's pretty
it.
Cool.
And I mean,
he's got the lightning.
Yeah, and they didn't make him
eyes.
to look like a big tough guy, but he looks more like a general. If he was a general, I would have bought it.
I hate the lightning. Not because it's a bad idea, but because they always put it behind the outlines. Yeah. Why did they do that? It looks so bad every time.
And they are never explained. Like, I know he has a lot of energy, but I wish they would, like, if they're gonna use an effect like lightning, with Akane, the blue thing that pops up around her, she always have the same pose when that happened, and it's always when she's most in the I'm gonna fight everyone mode. With Nekomaru, it just sort of happened willy-nilly, whatever pose he was doing.
Yeah.
So
it seems a little last-minute addition, and it's not for me.
He's got the chain and the two little symbols. That's about it.
Yeah.
Then we have the robot version of him. I would put that higher.
Yeah, I like it too. It would make sense if this one had lightning.
Exactly.
But I guess not. I like that he still has the chain. That's kind of cute.
Yeah. I would put
I like
him
the
in...
eyes. The eyes pop more.
Yeah.
As the robot. Yeah.
I would put him
design.
here. Or would you put him higher?
No, I think Ha's fine.
Okay. The tiny cute one?
It's very good.
Yeah.
It's like it's very good simplified version of the design we already have. Like,
and that's a really good point.
The distinct components are there, and that's what's important about simplified designs.
I think you said for the other one, I'm glad the chain is still there. I'm glad the chain is not there on this one. Yeah. It would have been too much.
It would have been cluttered.
Yeah, so I absolutely agree with you. It's such a great, like, simplified version.
It's very cute. I really like it.
So, one higher or down here?
No, I think Love is fine. It's not like Monokuma iconic, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. Gundam.
Okay, Gundam.
I'm one of these two. Like, they really sketched out the design with this one. They went creative.
Can you make him big? Thank you.
And with the scar on his eyes and the scarf and like everything is in dark color, which suits him.
Everything's muted. That's really nice. I like his hair in like different colors. Yeah.
I would say that he's equivalent to Peko. Like, this is almost an RPG character for me.
We can do that.
So I would say, isn't he more distinct than like these ones?
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
So
you're right.
I would put him in Hope.
Yes.
Then Here we go. And the last one. And we're judging the design now, not the person.
Okay, so when we first started playing this was the first character that caught my attention. Because his design is so distinct from the others.
Yeah,
he doesn't really
even
follow the
look...
same design conventions as all the others.
No,
which can be a good thing, can be a bad thing.
He doesn't even look like he's part of this game. Like,
No.
especially based on the eyes, how they are sketched out.
Yeah.
But I do remember when we first saw him, the very first time we saw him, we both said, oh my god, I hope he survives because he is so goddamn cute.
Yeah. And he is goddamn cute.
Yeah, and like, there's no doubt that this is a chef, but it's not so cliche chef that you're like, ugh, okay, chef costume, they didn't even try to make it creative.
Yeah, I
I
like
see
how
a
his head is
chef.
sort of little.
Yeah, and he got little blush marks like a doll.
I actually really like his design.
I think we have to put him in Love.
Yeah, I can do that.
Or would you put him even higher?
No, I think Love is good. He's not
Yeah, for me, he's not as defined as Gonem.
as some of the others.
Yeah, I would say he's equivalent to like someone like Hiyoko.
Yeah.
So, are we
This is pretty
cool
good.
with this one?
Yeah. This is pretty good. I like that.
People, there you have it. There is our ranking, rating, thingy-mading list for the design of the Danganronpa 2 characters. We have 2 more lists to go through.
We have 2? I thought we only had 1 left.
Nope, there is 2. So stay tuned for the next one. Next list, you guys, is voices. We had to do it because we have been doing our own voices for each and every character in this game. It has been difficult, especially to begin with when we had nothing to base it on. I remember for Yuhiko, I was just like, sup, fatas? Like, I just had to do like a generic voice because we had no idea. So, of course, we had to do a ranking list of the voices. And it's gonna be like a mixture of, does the voice fit the character? Do we like the voice? And how well do we like doing the voice?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
the first one is your voice. Is
It's the
Hajime's.
boy! So I sometimes like fluctuate a little bit about what voice I do for him.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty fun to do. It's I probably should have done something that's a little easier for me to do when we started out.
In sort of your like repertoire?
Yeah, a little closer to my own voice because it's a bit straining.
But what I will say, I'm just gonna give you some input, but ultimately I think you have the right to determine where you would put him. But I will say, I don't think if you planned this or not, but your voice actually suits him as kind of a confused character. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I like that too. He's got a little bit of that, you know, the teen on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
That's like perpetually, I don't know what's going on. I think that fits him because he's always like a little dumb and a little confused.
Yeah.
So like in that way, it's fine. I don't love doing his voice. I think it's fine. It can be fun if he says something dumb.
Yeah,
but
and when he swears.
Yeah, oh, that's the best. I love when Hajime swears. It just brings me so much joy.
Yeah.
But I think we can put him in like Ha. That's fine. It's
That's
the basic
probably,
boy voice for the basic boy.
Yeah. This one, I actually love doing the voice. I feel like it fits the character.
Yeah.
And like,
I really like the voice you gave him.
Yeah. Or the sort of like this one.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still arrogant, but he's also like, I could lose a few pounds here. I kind of like doing the voice, and I feel like
sound like you've got like a potato in your mouth.
Yeah, I feel like it fits the character, and maybe love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh, I'm excited for this one.
Okay. It's been a while since I've done Ibuki.
I think we should, for this one, we should at least do one line so people know what voices
Maybe
we
we
gave
should
to
just like give our explanations in the voice. Could that be fun?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's just joke around with it. Have some fun.
Okay, so Ibuki's like up here, as far as I remember. It's something like this. It's always super crazy, which is fun. I like doing her voice because I get to do weird arm movements. I like the energy. Like doing the energetic sort of deal. I think I took some time trying to find a voice I liked for her. Yeah, but I kind of like it. I feel like it fits the character. I think I'll put it in like love. I think it's pretty cool.
I'm gonna do something that we did not agree on, which was I'm actually gonna veto your own perception here. I'm gonna put it in Hope.
Oh my god!
It's one of the most distinct voices. It fits the character fantastically, and I think it's a great voice just in general. I would put that in Hope.
Yeah, cool. I'm okay with that. Thank you.
Monokuma, I like doing his voice, and I actually feel like it's somewhat close to what even the voice actor does with their ups and downs and like good night.
Yeah.
And this is one of the characters that I do the most like physical movements to try to replicate the voices. And he goes all the way down here and he's good night. He's all over the place, so even he can join Ibuki up here, I would say.
I think that's totally fair. You're doing it. You do it great, Monokuma.
Yeah, I actually think Monokuma is one of my favorite voices to do. It's just fun to play with. And I mean, it's not one-on-one, but I actually feel like it is somewhat close to Monokuma's the actual voice.
Yeah.
Unlike with, for example, Fuyuhiko, where I am in love with the voice. Hang on, I'm simply gonna Google it right now because the voice actor. Yeah. No, let's do that when we get to Fuyuhiko because the voice actor for Fuyuhiko is so goddamn good. I love his voice.
Voice actor is so good.
Yeah.
Like, and all of these voice actors are really good.
Yeah.
I remember really liking doing Pekko's voice, but I have a hard time finding it. But it was sort of soft-spoken, a little bit like demanding, as far as I remember.
Yeah, assertive as well.
Did a thing on the S's that was very.
We
distinct.
can actually, if you need it, you can pull up like one of the episodes if you need to hear like a reference.
Yeah, you know what? That might be good, because I cannot for the life of me remember what I did with her.
I just remember thinking that the voice fit the character like really great, like her calm but still assertive and dominant voice in some ways.
Yeah, I remember really liking her voice, but we haven't done it in a while. Okay.
Okay, so you just got a reference.
I just got a reference. So I think it's something like down here. Very soft-spoken, but still assertive. I remember really enjoying doing the voice. I feel like it fit the character. It was mostly actually based on... I used to play a lot of... what's it called? Phoenix Wright, where me and my friends would do the voices. And this was a voice I had for one of the characters. So it's... But I really liked it. I feel like we should put it in one of the high categories.
Yeah, I'm just either hope or love because it is a great voice and it fits the character well. Maybe it is not as distinctive as Ibuki's, so maybe
let's put it in love. Also, if it was distinctive enough, I would have been able to remember it and just sort of go into it.
That says a little bit about it.
Yeah, I feel like it. Okay.
It was a really fun voice to do. It was kind of hard to reach sometimes, but there is a distinctive evil about it, a mystery, a darkness that no one could feel.
It was just a really good voice.
I do. In the beginning, it was more breathily. But over time, he grew more assertive. And I really love doing the voice because it's almost like he demands your attention and he demands your fear. And I feel like it fits the character. Unless he spoke to the hamsters, then he was all cutesy-wootsy.
I feel like you were actually also pretty close to the voice actor in that one.
Maybe
like not
a little
the exact
bit.
same.
No,
take.
I think I was closer with Monokuma, where this one has like the same down and mysterious and dark voice, but with some in it, some anger in it.
That's true.
So I would also put myself in the position of Hope, especially with all the poetic lines that this character had. Terror? I hate the fucking voice I gave him because it doesn't fit the fucking character. It's not developed and it's horrible to do because it's not distinctive. It's just like the pace of the voice that does it all. So please get it down here.
Fair enough.
Chiaki, I would put it down here because maybe reserve department, because she did have some times with the I think and with the whatnot and stop in the name of love. But her voice character in real life is such a pretty girl voice, and I just gave it sort of like I'm gonna do my voice, but just a tone or pitch higher, because that's the only girl voice I know. So
that's fair.
I love her as a character, but I hate the voice, and I hate doing it because I don't feel like I bring justice to Chiaki.
That's valid.
These two.
Yeah, I gave them both the same voice, and it's really straining, and
Yeah, I think this is the voice that is the most strained for you.
Yeah. I really should have taken the chance to give him a robot voice.
Yeah.
But I didn't. So shame on me, I guess. I hate this voice. I think it fits the character, I guess, because it's the closest thing I can come to it, like very manly man voice. But I'm not a very manly man. I think I'll put it in the reserve department. It's not the worst, but it's straining and it's not fun to do. Yeah. Especially when there were a lot of his lines in a row.
Yeah.
And he's so screamy. It's the worst.
He screams a lot. He has a lot of energy, just like Ibuki, but Ibuki did it in like a great and fun way, where this one is he's just on all the time.
Oh yeah.
Then we have the mini version. I
haven't
this
actually
one.
Found a voice for this one.
Well, you kind of did give him like a chibi voice.
Yeah, I tried.
Version of this one, so for me it should be higher than these two.
Yeah, something like this, I guess.
But usually he does his own voice lines, so I haven't really
maybe just
done a lot of it.
Because he isn't really defined in your palette.
Yeah, that was good. This boy is my favorite voice to do. And it's gone through phases. Yeah. Because it took me like a long time to figure out what I wanted this guy to sound like.
Can I just ask you, is it your favorite voice to do because of the voice or because of the character you get to play when you do the voice?
Yeah, I think the reason I like it is because I get to say outrageous shit. That's very cool. But I also like this sort of playful tang.
It does give him some mysteriousness. Like he's drawing you in, but at the same time he's scaring you away. It's such a good voice for him.
Oh, thank you. I really like it because the way that it's close enough to my own voice that I can give it like a pretty good reach. So he can go pretty crazy. He can be down here, but he can also, be more breathy and energetic and wow, tell me that,
Yeah.
I like that when he's a character that I do a lot, I like that. Yeah. I was able to find somewhere where I can give him that sort of range. Yeah. Which is, for Nekomaru, it's hard for me to put emotions into it. Yeah. Because just doing the voice is so straining, but I feel like I found a pretty good place. Yeah,
and as you said, that's a good thing when you have that many lines with this character.
Yeah, exactly. And I just love doing him. It's so fun. I'm having fun every time. Like personally, I sort of want to put him in Hope just because of how much fun I'm having with him. But you can get a say in that if you want.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's as fitting and great as Ibuki's, but I will say it fits the character. And I know this is not only voices that I'm judging on now, but I will say, I said this on an episode, but I will reiterate it because I really feel strongly about this. I am so thankful for this whole series that you would want to get Nagito, because you are able to draw much more of Nagito's personality out of him than I would have had I gotten him. If I had gotten Nagito, he wouldn't be as scary, as psychopathic as he is right now.
Oh, that means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's really sweet. I was gonna be like do some sort of shitty joke about it, but then you said something very, very genuine.
Oh. This guy, I actually feel like the voice fits like what I would picture a voice for this image to sound like. The only problem with this voice is it's killing me, because what you have to do to make it is you sort of have to close your throat, like you're really pushing out a big turd, and that's really hard for the voice. So this voice makes me cough a lot, but I do like that it does fit the character, not maybe as much mechanic or stuff, but the voice I would imagine this character has, and the sort of like creepy, like, hey, Miss Sonia, you wanna go now? But
yeah, I feel like you've done a lot with him actually.
Yeah, and the real voice actor actually also have like a sort of high-pitched, strained voice. But based on how much it tears on me to do the voice, I would put it down here, maybe.
Yeah. That's fair.
Oh, you're not gonna like this one. Here we go. I feel like this, the attitude of the voice, what the fuck is going on here, you dumbass? Like, the attitude of that, like, energy in the voice is the only thing that fits. I hate doing the voice. It's really difficult to have this shouty, but still you have to hold it back in a way, so it's not a full shout. It's a controlled shout. I don't think it fits the character. It's more like a Brooklyn, like, I'm walking here. It's not like this Yakuza mafia boy. And again, just like I feel with Chiaki, where I don't do justice to the character or the voice actor, his real voice actor, the English one, is so goddamn good. I love his
good.
Yeah. And this is where I am gonna look it up. Fuyuhiko, English voice actor. Derek Stephen Prince is the I hope I get this right. I am so sorry if I looked up something wrong, but apparently the voice actor for Fuyuhiko, if you look him up, that's not the face I would have given the voice, but apparently that is the voice. Fantastic voice you have. Absolutely, I love it. So I have to put Fuyuhiko down here. I love Fuyuhiko, but I hate the voice. I think the voice sucks. I think it doesn't fit the character, and I don't think that it's fun to do.
Yeah, I think like nothing. I think you're doing a great job with what you have, but I think you've sort of locked yourself into a register that's a little difficult to work with.
Yeah,
because you're very shouty a lot of the time, and it's hard to like get a lot of emotion into that. That's the same thing I have with Nekomaru.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Sonia. Yeah, I really like Sonia. I feel like I can sort of like, especially recently, I have started adding a little bit of an accent, which I think fits the character because I listened to the voice actor and they sort of did that, so I sort of tried to copy that. I like that she's a little soft-spoken. I can't remember if I usually do it all the way up here. I think I do.
Yeah, you are that high.
Very, very light. Yeah, and I like that it's very light, but I can also like get into a assertive mode if I have to. She doesn't do that a lot, but sometimes she does. Yeah, I think she's very fun. I always like doing Sonia.
And it does fit the character, as you said. Like, she's a cute and innocent and quiet, innocent, but at the same time can be assertive when needed, but not in an Akane way where she's just like, I'll fucking kill you, but more of an like, I will not stand for this.
Yeah.
So it's one of these two.
Yeah. I think she might, for me, be in Love.
I agree.
Like it's one of the, I think it's one of my favorite voices left.
Yeah.
Where we are right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
This one just.
It's because you squeezy. It's because you can't say the sentence.
Oh wow! It's so long since I've done it that
been a
I can
while,
hardly do it now. Yeah.
But it's because you can't do the sentence and the words without actually smiling, like physically smiling. Because if you don't, then it's not this squeezy voice. So it just makes you happy to do. And it is sort of a childish voice, and it fits the character, and it makes me happy to do it. I was so sad when the character died. That makes me sad. This is my favorite voice.
Wow. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't hit the same register anymore.
It's been a while.
That is my absolute, maybe compared to Gundam, but one of my favorite voices to do. Oh my god. I even think I told you a story about, I was just driving. That was very early on, one of the very first episodes. I was just driving to the store and I was just sitting in my car going like squeezy. Because it was so fun to do.
Aww,
but what
adorable.
Are your inputs? Because one thing is what I hear, but I think that voice might sound very different when you hear it. Like from what
really
I
like
hear.
it. I think you've captured like both the sort of playful nature
and it's really fun when you do this kind of childish voice and then be like, Megan, you're such a pig cunt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's so fun. It's always fun to hear children curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that voice. That's one of my favorites as well.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. This voice is really fucking difficult because you have to be all the way up here and the neighbors is gonna be like, what the fuck is going on in there? I don't think it necessarily fits the character that well, but I love doing the laugh and the I don't know what the fuck you guys, I hate you.
Yeah, she's got a very good running joke.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys, I hate you.
I don't know if you know this about this specific voice, but whenever you do it, like whenever you start doing it, Discord cuts out for a little bit.
Oh no. I
never get the first part of your sentence before like I see it on your YouTube.
but that is because you have to go that high with her.
Yeah.
I feel like the same as with Kazuichi Soda. Maybe, no, actually even less, because whereas Kazuichi Soda's, when I look at his image and think about the voice I'm doing, I think like, okay, that's a fitting voice. I don't think the voice I gave Usami necessarily fits her that well, and it is horrible to do. I do like her crying voice. I do like that.
Yeah, that's good.
But I don't think it's one of the distinct voices in the game, and I don't think that I did a good job with the voice. So I'm actually gonna put it down here.
I like it. I think it fits her. It's like a female Monokuma.
So maybe up
which
here.
Which makes sense. You decide. But I just wanted to say that I think it's pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
Mika, and I actually kind of fucking like to do this voice because it's like, I'm so scared with the shakiness of the vibration of your vocal cord, and I think it kind of fits her voice that you have to be like, I want to be part of the group, but I'm scared.
However, and no, I am not gonna do it. Screw you.
No, do it!
No.
Please.
Her voice.
Do it for me. Do it for the Danganerversary.
Well, you said not to simp, and the problem is that when I do this voice, I have to sit and like caress the table.
It is. I feel so fucking dirty doing that voice.
It's so good.
I feel like I've been drafted into like a budget porn video.
But it's so good, Phoenix.
But this voice I actually kind of like. It's very distinct, and it's actually kind of fun to do, even though it is a little strained on the vocal cord, keeping the vibrations doing. But I feel like it fits the character, and I love going out like that. So for me, this is love.
Awesome.
It's actually kind of ironic that she's not in love, because she's the one that does that.
love.
Yeah, but it's good that Hajime is in her at least.
Yeah. But I would put Mikan there. I don't think she's not a hope. Her voice isn't that good, but it is one of the more distinct voices. I feel like it fits the character, and I like doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, Akane time. I don't know if the voice necessarily fits very well.
I disagree.
You think so?
I
Thank you.
strongly disagree. This is one of the voices I think you do that fits the most. Like her, like sort of like I should care about this, but I really don't. But I'll fucking beat you if you say anything. Like that tone is so good.
Beat your ass. Well, I was thinking it as like a mean girl voice in the beginning, but I feel like it has sort of grown into its own thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's still a register where I can like register some kind of emotion. Like sometimes she gets a little emotional, and it can get a little lower, and most of the time she's like ready to fucking beat your ass. So I like the voices where I can like convey emotion like pretty easily without straining myself, or where it feels natural, where I stay in the same voice. Sometimes I struggle with that with Hajime because like, I don't know, I feel like it's a little hard for me to stay in that voice and then become sad, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
It's easier for me in like this one.
Yeah, how strained is that voice for you? It does sound like you actually have to like work to do the voice.
It's not that bad.
Okay.
It's easier for me to do than it's easier for me to do than Ibuki, for instance, because Ibuki is like very, maybe because she's shouting a lot, but she's very high maintenance in a way that Akane isn't necessarily. I feel like I can stay in this one for longer. But then again, it's rare that she's got a lot of voice lines after another, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's actually not that bad for me. It's pretty easy for me to fall into.
Yeah.
I like it. It's fun to do. I don't know if it's necessarily hope, but it can fall into love.
Yeah, I would say love. I agree. I don't think it's necessarily a hope voice, but I think it's a good voice, and I think it fits the character really well. Then
this one.
Yeah.
I never really. I don't think I ever really got a good voice for her.
No,
I think I usually did something like this, but I never really settled on anything, and then she just sort of died. So, you know, I don't know if it necessarily fits her that well. I don't really like doing it that much. I think she could actually just go down there with Teru. Like, it's not straining, but it's just sort of bland and not really that developed and not really that fun to do. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's where I'd sort of put her.
And with that, I think we have our Danganerversary ranking list for the voices that we do for the characters.
Yay!
Yeah!
That was a fun one. I really liked doing the voices while we were explaining it.
That was a good idea you came up with. You should just be the idea maker for this channel, because you came up with the idea for the ranking list and you came up with the idea for the doing the voices.
Wait, do you want to do a fun challenge? You can edit it out if it's not fun. You do, like, from the ranking, you do the characters I do, try to mimic my voices, and I try to mimic your voices.
Okay. Well, most of yours are girls, actually, so that's gonna be difficult because
most of yours are boys.
Yeah, but I have Chiaki, so Chiaki's not that good.
That was Hiyoko. Okay.
Yeah, I was.
So, Ibuki's up here, and she...
No, it doesn't work. Nagito is more like a...
Hi.
Wow, I was still in girl voice mode. Hi, I'm more of like a... I don't really deserve anything, but it's still, I'm like, kind of... Nah.
That's good. That's good.
Sonia's just kind of cute and innocent, without really, but she can still be like, hey, put that trouser snake away.
And then Akane is like up here, but not really, because this is a little too nasal, a little too male for her.
That's a good Akane.
Hajime is just more like a ha character. No, it's still a little too shaky. And then Viriwaro. Who else do you have? I gotta poop! And then you have like Mahiro, who's like, not really, but then again, but like, if you're a man, you should be able to take it. Like, really, you're a man and you don't even want to do it. But like, we should help Hiyoko. So that was horrible. But
you did well.
We're gonna keep it in because that's actually fun.
Okay, then I'll try yours.
Good luck.
Oh god, I get fucking...
Yep.
Okay, hold on. I don't think I can do a good Monokuma.
It's like... what does he say? He says like...
See, it's actually fucking difficult, right?
It is difficult.
Yeah.
Good.
No, it's not good.
Good morning, everyone. Get ready for another beautiful day.
I actually buy that. If we found out Monokuma was female, actually, I would buy that totally for him.
How does... Okay. Gun. Okay, it's like, it's sort of low and mysterious and a little like burned leather, but you know, I like my hamsters. Oh, that's terrible.
The next one, before you do it, it hasn't been decided yet. I think that's probably the big question that all 50 of our viewers is sitting with. Are we gonna do Danganronpa 3? It hasn't been decided yet. We haven't talked about it, and it depends on a lot of things. So maybe not. But if we do Danganronpa 3, and there is any sort of character that as much as hints to having a squishy voice, then I will hereby drop the biggest veto on the fact that you need that character. And viewers, right now, you're gonna hear why. The viewers will agree with me once you do this.
That's so much pressure. Hold on.
Squishy.
That's why.
It's something like this, I think, but... Yeah, I'm Hiyoko and you're just a stupid bitch.
To be honest, that was the first time I heard you do that. I thought to myself, what a shame that I have Hiyoko, because
no, you did so well.
That squishy voice is perfect. So, Danganronpa 3, if we decide to do that, which again, don't get your hopes up, we haven't even discussed that. If there is a character in that game that has a squishy voice, I hereby demand you, I order you to take that character.
Thank you, that's very kind. Okay.
Oh, I didn't do Peko.
Oh yeah, you should do that.
No, that's Chiaki. Every girl voice I do that isn't like super distinctive just goes to Chiaki.
But Peko is much like this, where she's calm, collective, yet still assertive.
I don't know. It was just Chiaki on a
good.
bad day.
You do something like this for Byakuya, where it's like
That's actually
a
good.
little like talking with a potato in your mouth, and just
Yeah.
a little displeased by everything.
Yeah. Okay, that's actually really good.
Oh, and
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, the vibration of the throat. It's fun to do, but it's also kind of hard to do.
it's a little difficult. I think I'm smiling too much to be able to do it well. Oh, yeah, something
that's
like
good.
this. I don't know.
Oh boy.
Oh fuck.
The
Okay.
next couple of characters is gonna be fun.
It's like up here. It's like, oh, Miss Sonia. Oh, you're just a real piece of honk.
Imagine that for 60 episodes.
Oh my god.
Like, you really have to squeeze it together. Like, Morty, I'm turning into a pig, Morty.
It's very, very difficult.
This one is gonna suck. Okay.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is me, Usami, coming here with all the good vibes. Love.
Love was actually pretty close. How about when she cries? Okay, that was also good. Okay,
I tried my best.
The next one should be... I think that's... Again, you should have had this one, but...
You think so? I don't know.
Yeah, my voice is so bad for her.
I think you're doing well. But how do you do it? It's like
It's just like a normal voice, but it's kind of stoic, so there isn't really much emotion. That's why whenever she says, I think it's funny because there's a little more energy, but it's just a high-pitched male voice. It's kind of dumb, actually.
I think it kind of works. She's a little quiet and a little tired. But she can get a little energy in there if she really wants to. And then I just like video games. And
Yeah, you even caught like the...
I just even want...
Like, she does like a speed ramp on her voice almost.
yeah. Okay, this one I sort of got, but it's also like a bad Cockney accent. And
Yeah, because I'm walking here.
I'm walking here. It says New York.
And the last one.
Oh, how does that go again? It's like
It's just like the pace of it is just really fast, and that's all there is to this voice. That's why it's down in despair, because he sounds like he's about to fucking explode, but it's a really fucking stupid voice. So doing all of his, can I touch your panties is really horrible to do because you have to do it in like a fast pace. So it sounds like he's really desperate to touch them. And fuck this guy.
yeah, this guy kind of sucks. Well, anyway, yeah, I'm trying my best. I cook food and I'm a creep. Hello.
And, well, there's a little extra content for you, but that concludes the Danganerversary voices ranking, and we will move on to... Let me just ask you, you know what the last list is, and it's gonna be fun.
it's gonna be very fun.
Yeah, but do you have any other, like, ideas for a ranking list that you want to do before heading to the probably the best one?
No, I think I'm good. But I don't know about you. Do you have any other ideas for fun stuff?
Nope. And let's just say this episode is already really long, so
It's really long. Maybe you should put it into 2 distinct episodes, but